Hello folks, this is Steve, KA9MOT, and what we're going to do today, we're going to do a little hints, tips, and calibration video for HDSDR when it's used as a pan adapter on one of my pan adapters. You probably hear heavy breathing. I have heart failure. I'm not breathing real well, but this has to be done. So we're going to tough it out. I am not a pro. I don't produce movies. I don't do this normally. So if you feel it sucky, keep it to yourself. Anyway, here we go. What we're going to do, we have two options here. And we're going to, with most of my pan adapters use the little dongles, little RTL, SDR, DVB-T, RTL 2832, UHHI. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The FTDX 3000, FTDX 5000, Yaesu uses the SDR play. So we're going to be covering both devices. What we will be doing is I have an FTDX 3000 now. I no longer have any of the other radios. So what we're going to do is we're going to show just some real basic tips and like I said, tricks. And then the calibration, it doesn't matter what you're using, the calibration is going to be the same for all radios, although it will look a little different on mine. This is a reference video, nothing more, and it is not an instructional video. So, and again, I've had some complaints. People don't like the way I speak. They don't like my breathing. They think should be professional, and I'm not. I don't have a clue what I'm doing when it comes to making videos. What you see is what you get. I can't make it any better. I will do my very best, and I sincerely hope it helps you. With that, let's start out with HDSDR. This is a wonderful little program. It has all kinds of gadgets and gizmo. So you can do anything. Just amazing the power of this program. A lot of people like to use SDR Sharp, and that just blows my mind because it's crap. But there are some very, very good ones. This is one of them. This is very simple, which is why I chose it. We could have done something with SDR console, which will work, and but it's a lot more complicated. It's beautiful software, but it's a lot more complicated. Also, SDR Uno is new. I don't know if they got to the point where they're accepting anything off the IF anyway. And a note for you FTDX 3000 and 5000 owners. Some of you guys hook the cable to the RX out. Others choose the IF out. Here's a tip. If you want to do the RX out, don't tie the radio to the software and use it as a second receiver. I mean, it's still the same thing. You get a second receiver. Yeah, IF out is going to be what we do to do this video is going to deal with IF out, not the RX out. Okay, here we go. Uh, we're going to start with oh, I need to plug a device into the computer. Okay, like I said, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so there we go. We'll just stick this right in here, and the computer will say, "Hey, look at that! I've seen that before." And what we'll do here now is we go down here and we'll go to HDSDR. And we'll open that puppy up. Look at it, it didn't make no silly noises or nothing. It says 10 megahertz because, I don't know. Oh, that's right, that's where I was tuned last time. Okay, first things first, and all I'm really going to show you here is the EXTIO. There is a new DLL, the EXTIO RTL 2832.dll version 2017.2. That means February 2017. This is new. It is different, and it took me a little bit of I had to change my dongles to make this work. So here we go. We're going to set this up. HF direct sampling is disabled. Oh, by the way, the program can't be running when you do this. You have to make sure it's not running. Sample rate 2048 KSPS And I like a buffer size of 8 kilobyte. You can set that wherever you want. 8 works for me. That's where I'm at. Um, you want to set your tuner gain. Now, if you're using one of the little blue dongles, it's going to say 820 T2. That's fine. This is not a little blue dongle. You want to set your tuner gain to around 19.7 dB. You want to make sure all this stuff is unchecked. You can't uncheck that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. So what we're going to do now is that's all I have to show you here for the dongles. Like I said, it's hints and tips. Not um, it's not um, it's not instructions. It's just hints and tips. That phone threw me off. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and actually get. I use HRD to control the rig. And to tie the software together, it has to be running. If you're going to use it, it has to be running when you start HRD or HDSDR. Okay, HDSDR. What we're going to do, and I didn't clear these out earlier, so I'm going to clear these out. This is where you put your IF settings. You tell SDR and IF output, which is controlled by, and you have your choice of what you want to control it by. IF frequency, it's in your instructions. You just fill it out, put it in there. On most of these, you run a global offset of 9,000 hertz. On this, with this radio, that's not necessary, but every radio other than the FTDX radios, you want to run a 9,000, and that's in your instructions. Follow your instructions. Now, in your instructions, you have different numbers down here. The additional offset per mode in hertz. I didn't change them out. Just leave them 0 and start out at 0. Start out fresh at 0. We'll take that out of there. We'll take that out of there. We'll take that out of there. Okay, we're going to start out at 0. This panel is important because you need it. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to calibrate. I'll show you what the screen looks like. I'm gonna move this off screen here to my other monitor. And what we're going to do is we're going to start. And as you can see, there's nothing there. The radio is tuned to 10 megahertz. There's no offset, there's nothing there. But if you look over here, that's where oh, I'm going to start out on AM, I'm sorry. If you look over here, that's where so what we're going to do, this is WWV on 10 megahertz. And for some reason, because I'm doing a video, it wants to be difficult. Okay. This peak right here is where the actual signal is. Now this is AM. We can hear it because it's within the blue band. The blue band is what you're actually listening to. But you still want to get it as close to perfect as possible. So we go up here and we read it, and it shows that we're 68 hertz off. So what we want to do is we want to drag this puppy over here, and we want to put 68 in there. And we want to tell it to play. Okay, now that's AM. We're going to do the same thing again here with, I'm going to drag this off screen again. Well, I'll just move it over here. We're going to do the same here again. We're going to go ahead and go to the lower sideband. Now, set that back to 10 megahertz. Now you see there's a big jump right there. That is at 10. We are 1. See the 1,558 hertz. That's what the offset. That's how bad we are off. So the 10, 0, 0, 1, 5, 5. So we need to put a 1,558 in the lower sideband box. 1,558. Tell it to apply. Now you will see this move to here. You will see this move. If you watch carefully, there you go. So we move there and we can hear it again. Now we're going to do upper sideband. Again, it's simple subtraction. We know the frequency is 10 megahertz. We can see that the frequency is off. And we'll put him back up there on 10. We can see that the frequency is off. The peak is right here at 9998613. So we need to subtract 9998 from 613 hertz, or from 10 megahertz. 10 megahertz is easy. It's 10 with 1, 2, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3 zeros. And then we're going to subtract. And I can't remember what we were subtracting. So what we'll do is we'll click here. We are subtracting. I should have wrote that down. 9999856. So what we're going to do is I wrote it down because I'm cheating here. Okay, we've already hit subtract. So we're going to go 9998596. We're going to tell it equal. It tells us we're 1404. Now, if you notice here, there's no minus signs because the signals were right to the right of the red line. The red line is our center. It's the frequency the radio is tuned to. This is to the left, so this one's going to get a this one's to the left. This is going to get a minus sign. Minus 1404. Which is different from what I had before. But alright, it's alright, it'll work. Now when we click this, you will see that I'm trying to point at the peak with my finger. You can't see my finger. So you will see this move to here. Just like that. Now this is calibrated on upper sideband, lower sideband, and AM. If you're a CW operator, you will want to if you're a CW operator, you will want to go to CW and do the same thing. Find a signal and then tune to it. Again, it's just simple subtraction, or in some cases addition, but usually it's subtraction. Okay, the higher number, you subtract the lower number from the higher number is basically what it amounts to. So it's not addition, it's just subtraction. Okay, I turned all that down. You can hear that's working. Now, let's look at some different things. Look at your radio. We're on a solid signal. Let's go ahead and put it on AM. I've got a setting somewhere. I messed something up where the tune line keeps changing. Yours won't do that or shouldn't do that. Look at your radio. Look where your S meter is on your radio. Look where your S meter is on HDSDR. The S meter on HDSDR is the weak spot, the weak point. So what we're going to do is first off, we're going to get rid of that. What we're going to do is we're going to go to options, and we're going to go to calibration settings. And then we're going to go here to S meter calibration. It's right there. And read the instructions. Tune to carry with no and constant signal strength. Left click on the S meter. That's your index finger. Make it match your radio. Right now it does match my radio, so I'm going to leave it be. But that's what you want to do. Yours may be anywhere in this scale, but that's what you want to do. And that will set your S meter. Now you see where it says squelch right there? If you look right here, this bottom line, that indicates something. And if you listen, I don't think that's the radio we're hearing. It's not. It was. Let me turn the volume up here. This here is also volume. I could have done that. I don't want to over. But anyway, if you listen to volume, if you just come up here and click, it squelches it out. And squelch flashes. So, and to turn it off, you just click down there at the bottom. You see we're S9 plus 16 dB. Okay, the next step. This scale, when you first start, you're going to look like this. I don't like the looks of that. It bothers me. So what you can do is you put your mouse pointer right in the middle, and when it turns to that thing there, that little cross thing that says you can move it, If you right click, that's what your middle finger, the right mouse button, and hold, you can slide him wherever you want to. If you don't, this is your band. This is the signal inside of that lighter blue box. That's all down here. That's the actual signal you're listening to. So let's say you don't like that. That kind of bothers you, and it does some people. You can remember where it's at here. Oh, visualization. You can, if you just don't want to show the lower one. Well, I certainly messed that up. Options, visualizations, uh, or you can show the lower one, or you can switch them. Visualization, you know what I'm saying. You can swap them. There's just so many things you can do, so many options. It's just get in there playing, find something that you like. Let's see, more tips, more tips. Miscellaneous options, full stuff, good stuff. If you ever need to, you can reset the factory settings there. The cat to HDSDR, that's all covered in your manual. I use the free version of HRD. It works for me. I enjoyed OmniRig, but OmniRig doesn't always work correctly with all radios, and HDS or HRD does tend to work correctly with all radios. Let's see, what else can I tell you about HRD? Oh, the radio that you purchase to go with whether it's a dongle or an SDR play, it's not as good as the receiver in your radio. This, for me, I market these as a visual only aid, a visual aid only, not an audio aid. Once you get it set up, just hit that mute button right there, and you can listen to your radio. Your radio has a much better receiver in it anyway. But for purposes of, excuse me, for purposes of calibration, and maybe there's something in a signal that you cannot filter out with the radio. You can use HDSDR to filter it. Right now we're 4,500 kilohertz wide. We can go to, well, it lets us go to almost 6,000. It'll let us go to 6,000. There's six anyway. Six kilohertz. I mean, uh, the you can set. Let me find a signal. Let me find a. Let's see if there's anybody on 20 meters here. Wow, it's dead. Oh, there is somebody there. They're real weak. Okay, that's a wild net. Let's see if I can find something else. There is so little on the band. The band is so dead. Got something up here, but that's. Wow, I can't believe how dead the bands are. Okay, well, we can almost hear him. We can tune out any interferences there. I can't believe how bad the bands are today. And we can make it as wide as we want. But here, you can bring the bottom up, bring the floor up, the noise floor up, and then you can look at the peaks here. And that we probably don't even want to listen to that frequency. I've got a lot of noise here usually, and it's not here today. But anyway, long story short is I wish this was better. You can adjust their height. You can also do that with this down here. As a matter of fact, I need to do this down here. But I'm having a hard time getting my frequency. Okay, anyway, these adjustments here, you can zoom in. Like there's a lot. That's a mess. Each one of these is noise too, by the way. I've got a lot of noise here. But these are a mess. You can zoom in or out and make that as wide as you want to. I like to listen to the as much of the band as um, my uh, uh, privileges will allow. So what I like to do is, and you can move that anywhere you want to. And you know, I'm running out of things to show you. I think we're just going to go ahead and call that a really poor video, but I did my best trying to help you out. So with that, we'll turn it we'll turn it back over to the net. This is KA9MOT. Have a very good day. Now I got to figure out how to shut the software off. Duh. All right, shut that off. Huh?
Bring some really good editing.
I'm not gonna edit it.
You're not gonna edit it?
No.
You're gonna show people you're an idiot?
Yes.